Welcome back, everyone, to another OKestweekly recap where we cover all things handheld PC gaming. All news or no news, we'll cover every brand. And don't forget, if you enjoy this video, do the OKS thing and boop that like button. And if you're enjoying the channel, subscribe below. Alright, let's jump into it. For the ROG Ally this week, I have one update to cover, and that's for the BIOS 323 that came out on July 21st, which brought with it a number of improvements. We finally got an update for the third-party docks and chargers that were having trouble with turbo mode, where they would be limited to 25 watts, or at least the icon would say 25 watts. So I haven't had a chance to test this out myself, but apparently that has now been fixed. We also got some improvements to the back panel minimum brightness, so now we can lower it down to 10 nits instead of 25, which is going to be great for when you're playing at nighttime or in a really dark room. There's also been some optimized performance in the performance mode when plugged in, and I think others have noted some improvements just across the board. I can't personally confirm all this, but yeah, from what I've seen on some of the videos that people are posting, it does seem to have improved performance across the board. So it's been encouraging to see that this device has continued to get updates and improve its performance and just improve the state of things for the Ally, as it was having a bit of trouble against some other devices, the 7840U in particular. So I'd be really curious to see how it does with some of these updates versus the 7840U now. I would love to test it, but unfortunately I don't have a 7840U device yet. So aside from that, I don't really have any updates for the Ally this week. It was a little bit quieter, but hopefully next week I should have some more accessories to show you guys. And if there's anything that you guys are wanting me to test on my Ally, just let me know in the comments or join the OKest Gamer Discord and let's chat about it there. I'll probably have a busy week this coming week again, so I may not be putting as many videos out as I would like to, but after that I should be back at full speed. So let me know what kind of videos you guys would find the most helpful. So that's going to wrap it up for the Ally this week. Let's move on to the Steam Deck. This week for the Steam Deck, I just have a really brief update. It's just 3 updates to the SteamOS beta client, one on the 18th, one on the 19th, and another one on the 21st. I'm not going to go super in-depth into the fixes, but I will leave a link in the video description to the website so you can review the full changelog for yourself. So some of the bug fixes on the 18th was it fixed a case where the wrong FPS limit was applied at startup, as well as a couple other general fixes. They added another feature to the library where you could sort by date. And then a few things to the developer console. I'm not the most familiar with that, so I'll leave that for you guys to review later. On the 19th, they had a couple more bug fixes. One that was a strange hitch that was showing up for people with large libraries, which many of us have, but that was happening every 15 minutes while playing a game, so seems kind of random, but whatever it was, they found it and fixed it. They also added the ability to copy and paste, put those mappings on a controller setting. So now you can add copy and paste mappings if you're planning to make a community controller profile. And then on the 21st, we had just a couple updates for the desktop mode, which are relating to the overlay settings for scaling, as well as opening and closing tabs. So if you want to take a look at the full changelog, see the video description, I'll leave a link there. And that's all I've got for the Steam Deck, so let's move on to AOKZOE. I don't have any updates for AOKZOE this week. We're still waiting on the A2 campaign announcement, and I'm not sure when that's happening, but I'll keep you guys up to speed. So that's it for AOKZOE. Let's move on to Onexplayer. For Onexplayer this week, I have a bit of an interesting update for the Onexfly. So there's a campaign that they're going to be doing here for the accessories where you can pre-order the accessories for the Onexfly before the Indiegogo campaign goes live. And if they're able to reach 2,000 backers of those accessories, they're going to be lowering the price of the Onexfly to $739 for the 7840U 16GB 512 model. So it's a bit of an interesting strategy. I've never seen something like this before. But what you do get is for $990, that's the pre-order price, you would get the protective case, you get a tempered glass screen protector, as well as a micro SD card. So what you get is pretty good for $990. One thing to note though is that to receive these items, you actually need to order the Onexfly when it comes out on Indiegogo. So if you pre-order these accessories but don't actually buy the Onexfly, then you wouldn't receive the accessories. Now I'm not sure if they're planning to refund this $990 or how that works. We'll have to wait to see. But it's certainly an interesting idea. Currently, there's about 785 people that have backed it, so they still have another 1215 to go. So I really don't know what happens if they don't achieve that goal, but we'll have to wait to find out. So what are your thoughts on this? It's definitely a different strategy. I've never seen something like this. So let's talk about it in the comments or talk about it in the Okest Gamer Discord. I'm really curious to see what you guys think of this. One more update for Onexplayer is actually that purple Onexplayer 2 Pro that I talked about, the EVA edition. So Go Gamery was the one that was selling it. It seems that people are starting to receive their devices and they've finished their first campaign. So they're going to be doing a second campaign. So if you're interested, check out their Facebook page. I'll leave a link in the video description. And now they've also launched their website where you can take a look at the different campaigns. I believe they have 2 campaigns, one for the Onexplayer 2 Pro as well as one for the AOKZOE A1 Pro. So take a look at this if this is something you're interested in. I'll leave a link in the video description. And you can also join their Facebook group and talk to Jeff if you have more questions. And that's all I've got for Onexplayer. Let's move on to AYN. I don't really have any updates for AYN this week, except for one update where they posted a video of the AYN Loki Zero. So if you're curious about the performance of that, I'm playing it in the background here, but check out their YouTube channel and you can get the full video there. Aside from that, I don't have any updates, so let's move on to AYANEO. For AYANEO this week, we have a couple things to cover today. So AYANEO announced another product sharing session video that's going to be going live just a few hours prior to this weekly. The sharing session is going to be covering some information for the AYANEO Kun as well as the AYANEO Slide. They did post a couple images alongside the announcement. So if we take a look at these, a lot of the information is stuff that we already know, but we did learn that both devices are going to be using the 7840U, something that we suspected but didn't have confirmed until now. So let's take a minute to take a look at the specs for both devices. We'll start off with the AYANEO Kun. So looking at this device, we have our dual intelligent touchpads. We have an 8.4-inch 2.5K display. It'll ship with ISpace 2, optimized grip sensation, so they've done away with the baby sleeping position. We have brand new 4 convenient back buttons, so I'm guessing 4 buttons in the same place as you would find on the Steam Deck. We have a new support for Windows Hello face recognition, so I'm guessing it's going to have a front-facing camera. We have the Hall effect joysticks and triggers, an 8-directional D-pad, looks like a dish style, as well as a 75 watt-hour battery. Taking a look at the slide, we have some more information here as well. So I think most of this information was already available except for the 7840U. So we have our adjustable screen angle, so we can lift up the screen as well as slide it up. There is RGB light effect support for the keyboard, so I'm going to guess that's a backlit keyboard. Hall effect joysticks and Hall triggers, master controller, ergonomic grip, and a 6-inch 1080p high brightness wide color gamut display. Looks like it's going to use an IPS display. And they're also going to ship it with ISpace 2. So because this video will have already gone live before the weekly goes live, you can find it on AYANEO's YouTube channel, so check it out if you're interested. I'll leave a link to their channel page on my video description. Some other news for AYANEO is that the AYANEO Air 1S campaign is still live, and you still have 20 days as of the time of recording to pick one of these up. If you're looking for the early bird price, I wouldn't worry too much. It looks like there's plenty of room across the different range of devices. So this one, for an example, you can still pick up the early bird price. There's another 150 left. And if we go down here, there's plenty. 16 out of 200, 39 out of 200, 37 out of 100. So you should be able to pick up pretty much any model that you're looking for at the early bird price. But I would recommend jumping on it if you are interested in this device before the 20 days expire, as the price will go up after that. And that's it for my AYANEO news. Let's move on to GPD. For GPD this week, we have a few things to cover today. The first one is for the Win 4 2023, or the refreshed Win 4. So the campaign is now live, and if you were looking to get one of the early bird prices, you still have some time. So if you're looking at the lowest tier of the 7840U, you can still get that one for $839. There's 68 remaining. And that carries over for the other models as well. For the 7640U, there's still some remaining. Same thing with the 2TB 7840, white and black, as well as the 4TB. There's still plenty of room. So if you're looking to get this, I'd recommend jumping sooner than later. That way you end up getting a little bit closer to the front of the line. Don't end up waiting super long for your shipment. Speaking of campaigns, they also have their G1 campaign that's gone live. They've sold 411 already, and there's two options for you to choose from here. You can get the kit that has the G1, the Oculink, and the M2 to Oculink for $697 USD. There's 95 remaining, or you can just get the G1 itself, and that one goes for $655 USD, and there's about 44 remaining. So you may want to jump on this one a little sooner if that's something you're interested in. And one last bit of news is that the Win Max 2 refresh has now started to ship. So if you ordered one of these, you should be expecting hopefully a shipping number coming up soon. And that's all I've got for GPD this week. I have a little bit more information for that device that I covered last week from TJD. So the first update is that they've changed the name from the T10 to the T101. I'm not exactly sure the reason for that, but it has changed to the T101, so keep that in mind if you're searching for this. The biggest update though is now that we have some information here for the launch. So it looks like it's going to be going on Indiegogo, and their launch time is late August to mid-September. I'm not sure if they're planning to send out review units or what the plan is for the campaign. We really haven't heard that much aside from what we can find on their Facebook page or on their website, which seems to have the same information that you find on their Facebook page anyway. One bit of news though that is new is that there was apparently a website that was selling fake T10s. So you can see on their Facebook page, they have a warning here to make sure that if you are purchasing that you're only getting it from the Indiegogo campaign or getting it from their website at a later date. So apparently somebody was trying to sell it for $20 and a few people actually ended up purchasing it. So if you see this, don't buy it. Make sure that you're waiting for the official campaign. I'll announce that and share a link whenever we get more information on that. So just watch out for these scams. Apparently they're going around. So that's all the updates I have for TJD, and that's also going to do it for this week's weekly. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.